It's time for Home Loans Radio on Real Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Join the conversation. Text us at 77031. Now, here's that mortgage guy, Don.
Hey. Good morning to you. You are listening to the Home Loans Radio Show with that mortgage guy, Don. That's me. We're here every single weekend morning doing what we do. I'm here with my crew. As always, I've got MJ here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And the Fritz man.
So es stato unadense.
Absolutamente. Welcome to the Home Loans Radio Show, where we talk about what, MJ?
Oh, we talk about the spicy world of mortgages.
The spicy world of mortgages. There you go. Way to
so
sell it.
Spicy.
Yeah, what's spicy about
lots of flavor. Oh, all the information.
Yeah, especially when it gets a little rude, it gets a little spicy. It's like, don't get spicy with me, mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get spicy.
All right. Well, here's what we do. Here's how we do it. We're here. We're listening to you. This is a live show. You're out there listening to us, and we're in here listening to you. You can text in your questions to 77031, and we will answer them on the air. What kind of questions you ask? Well, anything having to do with mortgages or home loans, buying a home, selling a home, refinancing, getting pre-approved, how to get your credit score up, problems with your homeowner's insurance, questions about the title of the deed, how to move it around.
Or just how to get started.
Yeah, how to get started. You can also go to the website at homeloansradio.com or that mortgageguydon.com, and you can get tons of information there. There's all kinds of PDFs and pamphlets and videos and information on how it works, what the different parts are, how you do it, how you get started. You can also go there during the show today. You can text in to 77031 and I'll answer your questions. But during the week, guess what? You're so lucky. There's a source there for you. You can type in a question anytime during the week. It comes right to me, that mortgage guy, Don, and I will answer your question. It comes to my email and I'll hit you back. You can also go there and hit the apply now button. If you're just tired of waiting around, wondering if you should refinance or get pre-approved, go to the website. Hit the apply now button. We'll send you back an email quote. We'll look at your other quotes that you have. We do it all. We do all the mortgage stuff there that you could possibly need.
And also tell us what you're doing out there in the world.
Yeah, today. Tell us what you're doing out there.
We like to hear about it.
Text in to 77031. And you can also listen to all the podcasts. If you are listening to this and you're like, man, I need more. Well, you're in luck. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com. You'll be able to listen to over 100, like 120 episodes now.
So many.
Something like that. Yeah, it's amazing
quality
collection.
Entertainment.
Man, we only need 20 more episodes, and then we were at that sweet spot, where the Simpsons were really firing on all cylinders.
Where the syndication money comes in?
Yep, and then like a year later, it was all gone. all that hard work.
Yeah.
All that magic.
I'm gonna have I think in the next week or so gonna have a big announcement. I didn't tell you guys yet.
What?
Big announcement. Yeah, well we're currently on.
When you say we, I think you just mean you.
I mean Home Loans Radio,
okay.
The collective we of the entity. You're already hearing us on Real Radio 104.1 in Central Florida, 92.1 FM in West Palm, and 101.7 in Vero Beach. We may be adding a couple more stations.
Oh boy,
us up.
New York City.
New York City.
No, it's going to be in Florida.
Hey, that's cool.
But
yeah, that's awesome.
No specific announcement yet, but it's looking good. It's looking good. More to follow. Tune in next weekend for potentially more info about that.
Syndication.
Yeah. So you're here listening to us at Home Loans Radio, doing what we do. What's going on in the world of mortgage news?
Well, let me tell you, Don.
Tell us, Fritz.
No, you tell me, Fritz.
Well, there's some houses, right? Let's see.
Yep.
A lot of times when the markets go up and down, as they have been, is that wrong?
No, they've pretty much been staying up.
Oh, okay. That's what I meant.
All right, I'm gonna take it from here, guys.
Okay, you go ahead.
What's going on? The world of mortgage. You're right, Fritz. Things are going up. Things are going down. Rates right now are still kind of near record lows for the year. Very close to it. But I am starting to see some signs that they might be just inching up a little bit. If you haven't if you're thinking about refinancing and you haven't done it, get off your chair. Well, you don't have to get off your chair. Just open up your computer. You don't even need your computer. Just open up your phone.
You can lay in your bed and open up your phone, start your refi.
Yeah, go to homeloansradio.com, hit the apply now button. We'll send you a quote. But it's the time may be coming, where it's going to start to trickle up again. When I say I see it ticking up a little bit, it's not crazy. Like a 30-year loan, you can still get at around 2.875. So you can still get that just wonderful, magical, desirable 2 in front of your rate if you're well qualified. And, that time is still there, but that may be slipping away because it goes in eighths of a point. So it's like 2.5, 2.625, 2.75, 2.875, and that's it. The next one up is 3. And in between each of those eighths of a point, there's what's called basis points. There's 100 little ticks in between each of those rates. So we saw about 15 more ticks get added on at the 2.875 level last week. And again, this week, another 10 or 12 ticks. So it's creeping up towards that 3% mark. If you want to take advantage of that, I think you need to jump on it right away. Get your rate locked in. Get a quote. At least get a quote. Then you know whether it makes sense to do or not. 15-year loans, if you can, want to pay a little bit extra and get it down to a much shorter term. Maybe you're getting ready to retire. You're thinking about, hey, I want to have this thing paid off at some point in my life. 15-year loans, you can do it around 2.3, 2 and a quarter, right down there in the low 2s, depending on how well qualified you are, what type of loan it is. Like cash out loans are higher rates than non-cash out loans and so forth. So there's some variation there, but 30-year FHA and VA loans, those are great for doing purchases and refis in certain cases, right around 2.75 for well-qualified people. But even if you don't have a 740 or 760 credit score, with an FHA loan at around a 640 or still a 660, you can still get a rate down at around 3% or lower in a lot of cases. So we're in a golden time right now. I'm also seeing, for the last few months, we've been talking about how hot the real estate market is, how hard it is to get your offer accepted. That many people are offering on the same houses. Right. From what I'm seeing and from what a lot of my realtor, friends are telling me, is that seems to be backing off a little bit. There seems to be a little bit more inventory coming out there. Prices are not going to go down. I don't see any indicator that prices will go down anyway. I don't have a crystal ball, but it doesn't, it's almost never happened. It's only happened when we had a massive recession.
You think people are just jumping on that market saying, it's probably a good time to sell when they hear about how crazy it is out there?
Well, yeah, people that want to sell are thinking about selling. There were a lot of things holding people back. One of them, the big one in the room, is the pandemic. People didn't necessarily want to try and figure out how to move in the middle of a pandemic. For some, I think they've kind of just figured out a way to live with it. Either they're working from home or they've changed, the way they live their life, or they've gotten their vaccinations and they feel better about it. So we are seeing more homes go on the market. And I think that it's also when school goes back, things tend to slow down a little bit too. Right. People like to try and move during the summer. They like to secure that school district that they want to be in. So that little bit of a lull has come, which is normal at this time of year. It's pretty seasonal in September, October for that to lull a little bit. So
why do people move in the summer? Is that just something that happens, or?
Well, it's a little easier to move, I think, when your kids are out of school. If your kids are, they go to school in the morning and you've moved and then the bus brings them back, that could be problematic. I mean, I've never done it. I've never actually moved in the middle of a summer. I don't have any school age kids. So, I can't speak. So maybe somebody can text us in and tell us at 77031 why they would want to move in the summer. It just seems to be the thing. It's like, the kids are on break. You could put them to work. You can make them pack up their own stuff, I guess. I'm not sure. That's a good question, Fritz. Thanks.
We have lots of questions coming in.
What? Oh, well, it's
from the people.
So that's MJ speak for quit rambling, Don. We got to answer some actual mortgage questions.
Just FYI.
So let's do it. Thank you, MJ, for keeping me on the path. I appreciate it.
Hey, Don, is it easier to get financing for a lot than a home? Asks CP Trucker.
CP Trucker. No, I would say
Trucker.
Oh, you just got your own jingle.
Yep.
Hope you recorded that.
It was based on the BC Powder jingle, but
right.
Oh, well, there you go. No, I would say that it is definitely more difficult to get financing on blank land because it's a little harder to assess the value of it. in fact, there are very few lenders right now that are loaning on blank land.
Really?
Some banks, some local credit unions are doing it. We're not doing any land only loans right now. But as far as buying a property with a house on it, yeah, there's 20 different options that you can do. There's, the main big 5 government type options, and then there's other options all over the place, what they call non-prime options. So it's a lot easier to get pre-approved for a loan on a property. But yeah, great question. Thanks.
Well,
for
a lot of
texting
people
that in.
thinking the same thing. Here's somebody who's asked, what is the best way to buy a vacant lot next to the house I live in?
Well, that's a little bit of a different story,
cool.
because if you're taking the money, like you could do a loan on your home if you have the equity and use that cash out to buy the lot. So you're not really getting a loan on the land next door to you. You're getting a loan on the house you have, and then buying the lot outright. So I would look at the options. If your interest rate's got a 4 or a 5 in front of it, or even a high 3, I would consider doing a cash out refinance if you have the equity. Whatever your property's worth, let's say it's worth 300, we can do a cash out loan up to 80% of that value. So that 80% would be up to 240,000. If you owe 140,000 on your current mortgage, then you could clear $100,000 there to use to buy that lot. I don't know how much the lot is,
right?
But that's really the way that I would probably look at it.
And then when you refi down the road, how much does your value go up now that you have that? If you were able to buy the lot and you have the lot,
you wouldn't really refi down the road. You would go through a process where most likely, I would imagine you would want to combine the 2 pieces as one parcel. That's something you do separately from refinancing. That's more of a deed and title issue, and you do that through the county. There's forms that you fill out to combine those two parcels together. You don't have to. You could just own the lot next door separately and own your house separately. But if you ever wanted to sell them as one piece, it's much easier for the person buying it to get financing if it's all on one parcel. Like when you're doing an FHA loan or a conventional purchase, you can't buy the house and the lot next door if they're 2 separate properties. They've got to be 2 separate parcels. They got to be combined as one in order for Fannie Mae or FHA to do it.
How would it affect your value to own the extra lot was what I was trying to figure out.
It would increase your value some, but not by the amount you pay for the lot.
Not what you're thinking it's going to increase it by.
Blank land, when you get an appraisal for your house, if it's appraised at $300,000, they separate on there what's the building structure value and what's the land's value. And the land value is normally about, I'd say 20% of if it's not like a big 10 or 20 acre parcel. If it's just a normal lot, then it's probably going to be maybe 20% roughly of the overall value. So it would add a little bit of value to the property, but not it's not like if you pay $100,000 for it, it's not going to make your house worth $100,000 more.
And can I refinance my home loan to get a lower interest rate and somehow purchase the lot in with it? Oh, that's the same person. I'm sorry.
So
I think you answered that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't buy the land and finance it. You're really going to need to look at a refinance on your home and buying that lot cash, unless you might be able to go to your local bank or your local credit union and get a lot loan. But I will tell you, normally when you can get them, they still want you to put down a huge down payment. Usually about 50% is the average that I see.
Wow, that's a lot.
So yeah, it's because it's undeveloped land. If you want to try and sell it, it's harder to sell quickly. It may not be desirable for someone else to buy, that lot next to your house. So whereas real estate is easier to sell, so you don't have to put as much money down. It's better collateral. That's what it comes down to.
Here's someone just checking in with you guys, delivering beer into the land. Keep up the good work and have a safe weekend.
Doing God's work right there.
That's right. Essential worker.
Amen.
Very good.
Thanks for texting in. You too can text in. Tell us what you're doing out there to 77031.
Do it.
You can also go to the website, homeloansradio.com. There's a button there that says give Don a shout. If you
shout.
Yeah, you don't have to shout, but if you click that, it allows you to leave a recording. It's going to go a lot better on air when we play it if you don't shout. So just, talk calmly. You can record your question.
Talk calmly.
And we will.
We should change it and say talk calmly at Don.
Enunciate clearly at Don.
Oh, man.
I may have to rethink that give us a shout thing. Not that I have had anybody go there and just scream into the microphone.
Yeah. Oh, but you will.
I have. But you're listening to Home Loans Radio. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Deborah Roberts from The Jim Colbert Show, and you're listening to Home Loans Radio on Real Radio. Now, back to the show with that mortgage guy, Don.
Good morning. You're listening to Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don, where we unpack the deliciousness of all the mortgage information out there for us to snack on. It's going to be great.
What a snack.